Hello dear students. Today we are going to do third part of the lecture series. As you all know, we are doing chapter number 1. Today we'll do numericals based on Coulomb's law. Let us start. The first question we are going to take today is two point charges 2q and 8q are separated by a distance a. Find the magnitude, sign, and position of the third charge so that the whole system remains in equilibrium. Similar problem we have done in the previous lecture, but in that only equilibrium of third charge was being asked. In this question, the equilibrium of whole system is in concern, means we have to discuss the equilibrium of whole system, means the given charges 2q and 8q as well as the third charge which is kept. Now, as you all know, I have told in the last lecture also, in this charges are of similar type, both are positive, then the equilibrium point must exist between the charges on the line joining them. Let us make the diagram to understand. Solution: let the third charge be q naught. Okay, now let us make the diagram. Let this be your first charge plus 2q, then your second charge plus 8q, the distance between them, it is given a. These all are things are given. Now we know that these charges are positive, then the third charge must be kept between them. Let us name the points. Points are a, b, and let the third charge be at c. Let this charge be q naught, as we have discussed. Okay, now plus 2q and q naught. All we know that plus 2q will repel q naught and the direction of force will be towards b. This plus 2q will repel q naught and direction of force will be towards b. Then for the direction, first of all let us say the distances. The distance between a and c, let this be x, and the distance between b and c, let this be a minus x. Now the direction of forces, as I was telling, the direction of force Fa will be in this direction, plus 8q will also repel q naught, then the direction of force will be in opposite direction. Now Fa and Fb must be equal so that the net force acting on the q naught be 0. Then Fa must be equal to Fb. Similar type of things we have done in the last video lecture. Will let us put the value of Fa. For the Fa, charges are plus 2q and q naught, and the separation between them is x. So what will be the value of Fa? Value of Fa will be k 2q q naught upon x square. Now for Fb, charges are q naught and 8q, and the separation between them is a minus x. So what will be the value? The value will be k 8q q naught upon a minus x whole square. Now some things are there which are cancelled out. K will be cancelled out, q will be cancelled out, q naught will be cancelled out. 2 will cut 8 4 times. So what we are going to have, we have 1 upon x square is equal to 4 upon a minus x whole square. If you take a square root, 1 upon x is equal to 2 upon a minus x. If we cross multiply it, a minus x is equal to 2x, and if we solve it, then x is equal to a by 3. Okay, so this is the first part of the question where the equilibrium of only third charge is discussed. Now we have to discuss the equilibrium of whole charge, means the given charges about 2q and 8q. Let us discuss that. Now let us make the diagram. The charge plus 2q is given, plus charge 8q is given, separation between them is given. Now q naught is placed. Let us name the points a, b, c. The distance between a and c, just we have calculated, it is a by 3. Obviously then the distance between b and c will be 2a by 3. Okay, the whole distance was given as a. These all things are given. The value of distance we have calculated. Now we have to get the value of q naught. Now just try to understand. First of all, let us discuss about the sign. Okay, let us discuss about the sign. Let us discuss about the equilibrium of 8q. Now suppose this plus 2q is given. So because of plus 2q, 8q will be repelled and the direction of force will be towards this side. Direction of force will be in this direction. Okay, means away from the plus 2q. In the repulsion, it will be go away from the plus 2q. Now suppose if we want to make this charge is in equilibrium, then this q naught must exert force on 8q towards itself. Then only both the forces will be in opposite direction, and then only the chances will be there that 8q will be in equilibrium. Is it clear? Plus 2q is repelling 8q, direction of force is in this direction. Q naught must be negative so that it can attract 8q and the direction of force is towards itself. So from this analysis, we come to know that Q naught must be negative. Let us draw the force. Fa will be in this direction. Analysis we have done. We know that Q naught is negative. Let us put a negative sign and the direction of Q naught will be towards itself. Let the force be Fc. Now if we want that 8q is in equilibrium, we must have Fa is equal to Fc. Let us put it. We have Fa is equal to Fc, the value of Fa. Now the charges are 2q, 8q, separation between them is A, so it will be k 2q, 8q upon A square. Now about these two charges are q naught, 8q and separation between them is 2A by 3. So we'll put the value, we'll have k 8q q naught upon 2A by 3 whole square. Now there are some things which are cancelled out. 8q will be cancelled out, k cancelled out, A square cancelled out. What we are going to have, 2q upon A square is equal to q naught upon 2A by 3 whole square. A square will be cancelled out. Let us cross multiply it also, and let us solve it by let us solve it for q naught. We will have q naught is equal to 2q multiplied by 2 by 3 whole square, or q naught will be equal to 8q by 9. But since from analysis we come to know that the charge must be negative, the charge q naught must be negative, therefore q naught is equal to minus 8q by 9. This will be our final answer. Okay, in this question we have not discussed the equilibrium of plus 2q. Let this be a home assignment. Okay, we will just do it for the same configuration, for the same value of q naught, whether the force on 2q will be 0 or not. You will find that for the same configuration, for the same value of q naught, the force on 2q will be 0. Okay, so this will go obviously. So this will be our final answer. Let us solve the question. Let us solve the next question. Till this point, we have solved the questions in which charges are in straight line. So whether the forces are in same direction or they are in opposite direction. But now we are going to solve some questions in which charges are not in a straight line. So in that case, there will be an angle between the forces and we have to solve that. Let us solve them one by one. The second question we are going to do is, three equal charges of magnitude plus q are placed at the vertices of an equilateral triangle ABC of side A. What is the net force acting on the charge placed at B and the charge q placed at the centroid of the triangle? Okay, this is the question. Let us solve it. First of all, we'll make the diagram. Let this be an equilateral triangle. Triangle A, B and C. Let charges be there. Charges are plus q plus q plus q. Sides A and A. These are the things which are given. Now what we have been asked that what is the net force acting on the charge which is at B. Let us solve it. Not just the charge which is at A, it will repel the charge which is at B because both are positively charged. Then the direction of force will be away from the A. Direction of force will be in this direction. Name of the force will be Fa. Okay. Now For the charge which is at C, it will also repel the charge B, and the direction of force will be away from the C. The direction of force will be in this direction, and this force will be Fc. Now we have two forces, and we have to calculate the resultant of these two forces. As all we know that equilateral triangle, the interior angle of equilateral triangle is 60 degree. Therefore, the angle between Fa and Fc will also be 60 degree, that is your pi by 3. Okay. Now, if we have to solve, let us draw a parallelogram. Let us use the parallelogram method. So this will be your parallelogram and this will be your resultant. This is your F net. Okay. Now, how the F net will be calculated? Let us write the value of Fa. Fa is kq square upon a square. Let this be F. Okay. Fc will be also equal to the same, because charges are same, separation is same. That will be also F. Now we have two forces F and Fc whose magnitude are same. Now if you remember the formula that capital R is equal to under root a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta, let us apply the formula. We are going to have F net is equal to under root f square plus f square plus 2ff cos pi by 3. Now that cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2, 2 and 2 will be cancelled out. It will be f square plus f square plus f square. It will be under root 3f square. Now f will be out of the under root, it will be f root 3. So F net is equal to what? Kq square root 3 upon a square. So this is what the net force will be. Now about direction, since Fa and Fc are of same magnitude, therefore the resultant will be exactly in the mid, exactly at the half angle of the angle made between Fa and Fc. Okay, so F net will make an angle of pi by 6 with the direction of Fa. This will be our answer for the first part. Now in the second part it is being asked what is the net force acting on a charge small q placed at the centroid. Let us solve the second part. Now in the second part, again let us make the diagram. Let this be your triangle, triangle ABC, charges Q, 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 sides A, A. Okay. Now at the centroid, for the centroid we have to make the diagram, and for centroid we have to make the medians. Medians will intersect at a point. At that very point a charge Q is placed. Let this point be O. Now what we have been asked, what is the net force acting on the charge placed at Q? Okay. So let us understand about the direction of forces. Since this Q is positive plus Q, small q is also positive, force will be in the of repulsion, and force will be in this direction as shown in the diagram, away from the capital Q. Due to the charge B, the force will be in this direction. Let this force be Fb. And due to the charge C, the force will be in this direction. Let the force be Fc. Okay. Now centroid is equidistant from the vertices, and its distance is given by, if you know the formula, the distance is a upon root 3. Now just see Q, Q and its separation, capital Q, small q, separation, capital Q, small q, separation. Pair of charges is same, separation is also same, so therefore the force will also be the same. Hence we can write Fa vector is equal to Fb vector is equal to Fc vector will be equal to F vector, let it be F. Now we have written the magnitude only, and the magnitude is equal to F. Now let us make the diagram for the centroid somewhere else so that we can analyze the diagram. Now what we have actually at the centroid, one more important thing. And what is that important thing? Screen is a bit disturbing. The angle between Fa, the angle between Fa and Fc. What will be the angle of between Fa and Fc? It will be 2 pi by 3. Okay. By simple geometry you can analyze that. Now let us make a ray diagram, or let us make the diagram somewhere else so that we can understand. This force is your Fa, this force is your Fb, and this force is your Fc. This is what we have, and angle between any two of these three is 2 pi by 3. Okay, the angle between any two of these is 2 pi by 3. So basically this angle is 2 pi by 3. Now if we add Fa and Fc by parallelogram law method, then we have resultant just opposite to the Fb, and this resultant will be at 60 degree. And suppose if this angle is 2 pi by 3, this Fa and Fc are equal, resultant will be in the exactly in the between. This is 2 pi by 3. This angle is going to be 60, half of 2 pi by 3, that is your 120 degree. So it will be half, it will be 60 degree. As my pointer is there, it is 2 pi by 3, it is 120 degree. If we add them, it will become 180 degree. So what we can say? We can say that the resultant of Fa and Fc is just opposite to the Fb. And what will be its value? What will be its value? Let us see. Let this be. Now we have Fa, magnitude of Fa, magnitude of Fb, magnitude of Fc is equal to kqq upon a upon under root 3 whole square. If we solve it, we are going to have 3 kqq upon a square, let it be f. Now the resultant of Fa and Fc is given by f resultant that I was asking a few moments before. Let us solve it. It will be under root f square plus under root f plus f square plus 2ff cos 2 pi by 3. Now that the value of cos 2 pi by 3 is minus 1 by 2. If we put the value, 2 and 2 will be cancelled out, 1f square will be cancelled out. We are going to have only f square, and if we solve it, we are going to have f resultant is equal to f. Now if in the diagram you can see this force is F, so what we can write as F? Fb is already equal to F, Fb is already equal to F, and this is F, Fb is also equal to F. Now F is in this direction, F is in this direction. Two forces equal and opposite. What is the net resultant? From the diagram it is clear that F net is equal to 0. Okay. So this question is a very important one. It is given in the NCERT in the solved question section. You can go through it. Is it clear? This question can also be done by using Lami's theorem. Okay. Solve this question by using Lami's theorem. Let this be your home assignment for the day. Now let us move ahead. Next question we are going to have is 3 equal charges of magnitude plus q are placed at the vertices of an equilateral triangle ABC of side A. Till here the question sounds the same, but here is the twist. What should be the magnitude and the sign of the charge q placed at the centroid so that the whole system remains in equilibrium? Okay, we have to find the value of q so that the whole system remains in equilibrium. In this question, I'm going to use a result of previous question. Okay. In the previous question, we have already done this kind of question, so I am going to use the result of that question. Let us solve it. Let us make the diagram first of all. A, B, C, charges, Q, 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 sides A. Now force at B I am going to calculate. So it will be Fa, it will be Fc. The resultant of Fa and Fc, let it be F net, and F net is in this direction. Till here we have done. Okay, and the value of Fa is equal to kq by a square, let it be F, and we have solved in the previous question that F net is equal to kq square upon a square under root 3, and this basically force makes an angle of pi by 6, although it means 30 degree with the direction of Fa. These are the things we have done in the previous question also. Okay, I am using the result of previous question in this question. Now what we have to find out, we have to find out that what is the value of charge, what is the magnitude and the sign of the charge which is placed at the centroid so that the whole system remains in equilibrium. So let us make the centroid now. For the centroid, let us draw the median. Let this be the charge Q and let this be point O. Now just see, At B, the net force is acting towards this direction. If Q is positive, I mean to say that small q is positive, then it will exert a force in the same direction as in the F net. And if it is negative, then it will attract the plus q. Force will be towards itself. So q must be negative, small q must be negative, so that the force will act towards itself. And in that case, we have a possibility that this force is equal to F net and net force becomes 0. Okay. So from the analysis, we come to know that q must be negative. And if it is negative, the force will be towards itself. Let this force be Fo. Now for equilibrium, what we have? F net must be equal to Fo. The value of F net we have calculated. The value of Fo. Now just see, this separation is A and A upon under root 3. Charges are Q and minus Q. Let us solve it. We are going to have KQQ upon A upon under root 3 whole square. What we are going to have? The some things will be cancelled out. K and K will be cancelled out. One capital Q will be cancelled out. We are going to have Q under root 3 is equal to 3Q upon 1. If we have to solve for a small q, the small q will be equal to Q under root 3 upon 3. And if and all we know that q must be negative, and therefore q is equal to minus Q under root 3 upon 3. This will be our final answer. Okay, there's a twist in the question. You must understand what is the twist. We'll do 2 questions more in this lecture. Let us move to the next question. Next question is the same as we have done, but it is for the square. 4 equal charges of magnitude plus q are placed at the vertices of a square ABCD of side A. What should be the net force acting on the charge at B? And second part is, what should be the magnitude and sign of the charge q placed at the center so that the whole system remains in equilibrium? Okay, so this is the question. It is the mixture of the question just we have done. Earlier it was for the triangle. This time it is for the square. What will happen? The number of forces will increase. Then you have to understand. Okay, let us make the diagram so that we can understand. Solution. Let us make this square. Let this be A, B, C, D. Let us put the distance between the side length of the sides A. All the sides are A because it is a square. Now A at A it is Q, B it is Q, C it is Q, at D it is Q. These all the things are given. Now what we have been asked, the first question is, what is the net force acting at B? So let us discuss about the charge which is at B. The charge at A will repel the charge at B. The direction of force will be towards this direction. Force name will be Fa. The charge at C will repel the charge at B. The direction of force will be away, and the name of the force will be Fc. The charge at D will also repel the charge at B. The direction of the force will be towards this direction, and this force will be your Fd. We have to find the resultant of Fa, Fc and Fd. How we are going to find out? Let us see. The magnitude of Fa will be kq square upon A square. Very simple. Let this, and the magnitude of Fc will be same because pair of charges is same. Just see. Here the pair of charges q and q, distance is A. Here the pair of charges q and q, distance is A. Magnitude is same, although the direction are different. These two are perpendicular to each other. So what we can write? This is equal to magnitude of Fc. Let this be equal to F. Okay, we'll do it later on. Now magnitude of Fd will be equal to kq square upon A under root 2 whole square. A under root 2 is the length of the diagonal. Now if it will be kq square upon 2A square. Now if we make it F, it will become F by 2. Okay, now just see the resultant of Fa and Fc. Fa and Fc are perpendicular to each other. Their magnitude is equal. So what we can say, that resultant is given by, let us draw the parallelogram for Fa and Fc. Here we have drawn a red line, then a blue one. The resultant will be, and here just we have made, and the resultant will be, say, F dash. तो magnitude of f dash is given by f under root 2. Okay, for two perpendicular vectors of equal magnitude, the resultant is given like this. The value of f is equal to kq square upon a square under root 2. So this is the value of f dash. It is in the same direction as the fd is. So what we are going to do, we are going to add both of them. F dash plus fd is equal to kq square under root 2 upon a square plus kq square upon 2a square. Now if we solve it, we are going to have kq square a square under root 2 plus 1 upon under root 2 plus 1 by 2. This will be your answer. And the direction of force is we all know that the direction of force is along fd, which is in the direction of dB. This will be your answer of the first part. Now coming to the second part, what should be the magnitude and the sign of the charge q placed at the center so that the whole system remains in equilibrium? For the center, let us draw the diagonal. At the center, one charge is there. And now just try to understand, f dash and fd are in this direction. Therefore, q must be negative so that the net force exerted by q will be towards this direction. In that case, we have a possibility that the net force acting on these two will be 0. The net force acting on the charge q at B is equal to 0. The charge at the center must be negative and the direction of force be towards itself. Force will be FO. Now FO must be equal to, magnitude of FO must be equal to F dash plus FD. F dash plus FD we have solved just. FO will be equal to what? That will be KQQ upon A upon under root 2 whole square. The separation between this and this will be equal to half of the diagonal. The diagonal is A under root 2. Half of that, it will become A upon under root 2, which is equal to KQ square under root 2 upon A square plus KQ square upon 2A square. Just we have done earlier. Now if we solve it, we are going to have small q is equal to capital Q by 2 under root 2 plus 1 upon plus 1 by 2. This will be answer, but q should be negative. Therefore, we should write minus q by 4 2 under root 2 plus 1. This will be your final answer of this question. Okay, this is the same question. I have not emphasized much on this question because this is the same question as the triangle is, only the configuration is changed. So just for the sake of practice, I have done so. Okay, now let us move to the last question of today, and it is going to be a very important one and very interesting one also, and it is of different type. In this question, one diagram is there, and this diagram, what is the question now? Question is, two identical small charge sphere, each having mass m and density rho, hang in the equilibrium as shown in the figure. In the figure shows the state of equilibrium, then find the value of charge that each sphere has. You have to find the value of q. Further, the arrangement is immersed in liquid of density sigma such that the angle theta does not change. Then find the dielectric constant of the liquid. Okay, so this is the question. Let us make the diagram for ourselves. So this is the given diagram. I'll change small l as capital L. Only this thing I have changed, nothing much. Let the angle be theta. Now the given diagram is not required. We have made arcs diagram. Let us remove that. Now what we need to find out, small q, and it is given that it is in equilibrium. Let us discuss the charge q. Its weight will be towards downward. It will be mg. The electrostatic force will be acting in this direction. Let this be F, and there will be a tension in the string. Let this be T. If this angle is theta, then what we can write? This angle is also theta. And if this angle is theta, then in this direction we have T cos theta, and in this direction we have T sin theta. For equilibrium, let this distance be for this small, just see, in this right angle triangle, if this angle is theta, then from here till here it is perpendicular and it is hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is equal to L. We have to find the value of perpendicular. If you apply sine theta, then it will be perpendicular upon hypotenuse, then perpendicular is equal to hypotenuse multiplied by sine theta. So this length will be L sine theta. So what was the distance between Q and Q? It will be 2L sine theta. Is that clear? Okay. So let us move ahead now. From figure, F is equal to K, Q1, Q2, both are Q, that will become Q square upon 2L sine theta whole square. Let this be equation number 1. T sine theta must be equal to F. Just see here, T sine theta must be equal to F so that it remains in equilibrium. And F is equal to KQ square upon 2L sine theta whole square. Let this be equation number 2. Okay. T cos theta must balance mg. T cos theta is equal to mg. Let this be equation number 3. Okay. Now we have 3 equations, 1, 2 and 3. And if we use equation number 2 and equation number 3, actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to divide the equation 2 by equation 3. Then sin theta upon cos theta will become tan theta. T and T will be cancelled out. So we're going to have tan theta is equal to F upon mg. Let this be equation number 4. These 4 equations are general equations for pendulum questions. These questions are called actually pendulum problems, and in competitions there are so many questions from the pendulum. Okay, these 4 equations, from these equations one variable is being asked, so you have to just see the equation, solve for that variable. Okay, now just see what we need to find out. We need to find out the value of Q. So from here, let us put the value of F. So we are going to have tan theta is equal to KQ square upon mg 12 sin theta whole square. Now from here, Q will be equal to under root mg 12 sin theta whole square upon tan theta upon K. Now K is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. If you put that, we are going to have Q is equal to under root 4 pi epsilon naught mg 12 sin theta whole square tan theta. This will be our answer for the first part. Okay, this question, this first part is given in all the books, second part will find in some books only. Okay, now let us solve the second part. Solution of second part. Second part is there. What is the further this arrangement is immersed in a liquid of density sigma such that the angle theta does not change. What will change? Theta is not changing. Since the liquids are immersed in a liquid, since the masses and the charge are immersed in a liquid, mediums between the charge will change, and because of that F changes. Okay, F changes, one more force comes into play, that is your upthrust. So upthrust will also act there, and because of that tension changes. mg will not change, mg depends upon g only. So if the whole arrangement is immersed in liquid, then just see, we have one more force. Just see, I have made an arrow, and this force will be what? F upthrust. So what will be the new equation? That F upthrust is equal to V sigma G. V is volume, sigma is density of the liquid, and G, all you know, it is acceleration due to gravity. Let this be equation number 5. Now at equilibrium, just see what are the forces which is acting upward. It is F upthrust plus T cos theta, but T is changing, so I am putting it T dash cos theta. Okay, and what is the force which is downward, which is mg, which will not change. So at equilibrium we have F upthrust plus T dash cos theta is equal to mg. Now from here, if we calculate the value of T cos theta, T dash cos theta, it will be T dash cos theta is equal to mg minus F upthrust. Now mg can be written as V rho g. V is volume, rho is density of the mass, and g is acceleration due to gravity, minus V sigma g. V and g can be taken common, so T dash cos theta will be equal to V rho minus sigma into g. Let this be your question number 6. Okay. Now what will be the value of T sin theta? Sorry, T dash sin theta, because T has been changed. T has changed. T dash sin theta will balance nu F. So what we are going to have? T dash sin theta is equal to F dash. Okay. Let this be. Now let this be equation number 7. Now I'm going to divide equation number 7 by 6. T dash will be cancelled out. Sin theta upon cos theta will be equal to tan theta. And tan theta is equal to what? F dash upon V rho minus sigma into G. In the equation number 4, it was also tan theta, which was equal to F upon mg. So I'm going to use equation 4 and equation number 8. Just I have made the equation number 8. From equation number 4 and equation number 8, we are going to have f dash upon v rho minus sigma into g is equal to f upon mg. Now, since f dash is equal to force in the medium is equal to force in the vacuum upon dielectric constant, we'll put the value. We are going to have k is equal to f upon f dash. And now arranging this particular for this one, f upon f dash will go downward, mg will go this side. It will become mg upon v rho minus sigma into g. For m, again we can put v rho g. So what we are going to have, v and v will be cancelled out, g and g will be cancelled out, and we are going to have k is equal to rho upon rho minus sigma, which is our final answer. Okay, this question is kind of competitive, so you must understand the question. Okay, so this is all for numericals based on Coulomb's law. In the next lecture, I'll start vector form of Coulomb's law, and then one numerical based on that. Then we'll start electric field. Okay, there is no notes, no PDF notes I'm providing. You have to note it down from the this presentation only. Pause the video, note it down, then move it further. Okay, while seeing the lecture, you must have pen, copy everything to write down. Okay, so this is all for the day. Thank you.